So dilution problems are very important in chemistry. We don't usually deal with concentrated solutions. We like to dilute them. It makes things a little bit more easier and safer for us to handle. So the equation that is fundamental for dilution is the concentration of 1, take out a volume for that one. We're going to dilute it to a new volume, V2, and we'll have a new, much smaller diluted concentration, M2. So M1V1 is equal to M2V2. So let's do these dilution problems here. So water, and we usually dilute with water, water is added to 250 ml of a 0.866 molar KNO3 solution until the volume of the solution is exactly 500. What is the concentration of the final solution? So obviously the concentration, because we added water, is going to be much less than 0.866. So we started out with 25 mils of this. We filled it up to 500, which means we added 475 milliliters. So we'll use this equation to figure out what is the concentration in the final bottle. All right, as stated before, M1V1 is equal to M2V2. So we have 25 milliliters of our stock solution, 0.866 molar. So we started out with 0.866 big M of this potassium nitrate. We got 25 mLs in there. Okay, but we filled it up to a final volume. We actually dumped 475 mLs to get the final volume to 500 milliliters. So fortunately or unfortunately, we put enough water to get the total volume to be 500 milliliters. What's the concentration then? So we'll solve for M2. So one thing I want to tell you is when we solve it, our units should be intact. So to solve for M2, it's going to be 0.866 M, big M, which is moles per liter, times 25 ml. Okay, all of that divided by 500 ml. Okay, our units should be intact, means the ml cancel. I'm left with M, big M, which is units of concentration. So 0.866 times 25 divided by 500. So the final concentration in that bottle is not 0.866. Once I dump in 475 ml more of water to get the total volume to 500, my new concentration in that bottle is 0.0433 big M. So yeah, I went from 0.866 to 0.0433 molar. That is what dilution is, adding water to get the concentration significantly less. All right, how would you prepare 60 ml of a 2.2 molar HNO3 from a stock solution? That's 4. So we have 4. We want to make 60 ml of a 0.20 molar. This is also pretty easy. Let's go ahead and attack this problem. All right, as stated before, we want to make 60 milliliters volume. The concentration in that 60 milliliters is 0.22 big M. Okay, the compound or molecule we're dealing with is nitric acid. So we want to make this, but all we have is something a little bit more concentrated, HNO3. All right, so to make a new solution, you need 2 things, 2 items. One, you need the concentration, and then how much. So we got that. We're going to make 60 mils. We're going to make a dilution of 0.20 molar. This is what we have in terms of our stock. So M1V1 equals M2V2 is the key. So M1 is going to always be the more concentrated one. That's 0.00 molar. Okay, how much do we take out of that bottle? Our final concentration is 0.200 molar, moles over liter. Our final volume is 60 ml. So solving for V1 here, we find that 0.2 molar times 60 ml divided by 4 molar, the big M cancels out with the big M. I'm left with ml, milliliters. So 0.2 times 60 divided by 4. So that's going to be 3 milliliters. All right. So we're not done with this problem. The correct answer to this problem, I'm going to write it out in a different color. We're going to take 3 milliliters of from the 4 molar bottle. Okay, we're going to put it in another bottle or another container. Okay, and we're going to add 57 ml of water. So that's the recipe. Actually, a lot of people do it a little bit differently. What they do is they take 3 mils and put it in some volume of water and then fill it up to 60. Usually we like to add acid to water, so we don't just take 3 milliliters and add it to the blank container. We take 3 milliliters and add it to, I don't know, 30 mils of water or 25 mils of water. Let it dissolve, let it settle, and then fill it up to 60 milliliters of water. The net effect of all of this is that we're taking 3 mils of the concentrated, putting in 57 milliliters of water. That gives us the total volume of 60, and in that 60 milliliters, the concentration of our solute, which is HNO3, will be 0.2 molar.